Hello everyone, this is Mercury Bard. We're back to play some Morrowind. MWSC has been updated. Um, which is something you should do at least once a week. I would say honestly, um, every time before you launch the game, every time. Well, not if you're playing it crashes and you log back in, but you played yesterday, update it today, now go play again. Because it does get updated that often. Um, the team behind it is constantly tweaking things to make it run better, to give us even better scripted mods. Lua scripted, not Morrowind construction set scripted, because apparently that is a beast. Like an incomprehensible beast. And we are loading. And not once in the game can you find a skeleton with that axe, apparently. Like, you can find that axe, and you can find plenty of skeletons, but no skeleton wielding a glass axe. Now, we were either at Fort Frostmoth. Yes, we had just delivered cultist. We had just delivered her.
Well, what have we here?
She had been kidnapped by, well, she had gone to preach to the Nords and, been taken hostage by, oh, Eric the Unworthy. And we freed her, and we took one look at the fact that her toesies are bare, and we went, alright, we're teleporting to the fort, and then we will go back via recall. Because we had actually given the smith at the mead hall.
To what do I owe this pleasure?
Did everyone come with? Yes, everyone came with. Money and some skins to make Sosha some white fur boots.
Ah, you bring
Radin.
fortune with you. Welcome.
Nord Commoner, you're just hanging out here, having fun?
For a tall tale, you've come to the right place.
Eh. So.
Now, here's one who can hold their own. How are you?
Is Hunter your name or your job? Might be your name. We own a mine. We have done nothing. Like, we have not found any miners' picks. We have not given them any food. So I don't even know how they hired anybody. Alright.
Come, friend. I make the best armor on all of Solstein.
Your custom armor is ready. Here you go. Sosha, one expertly crafted pair of snow wolf boots. They came out even better than I expected. If you need anything else, I'm your man. Did you get... No, you still have 0 gold. Okay, so let's just make a pile of stuff. Bear boots. Cuirass. Greaves. Well, that's awkward looking. I meant to drop all that right here. I think a kid just threw a snowball at me. Let me just throw all this stuff here in the snow. So when his, gold replenishes, we can sell it. Okay, ma'am, we have for you warmth 0. Okay. Look at those funny pants. I like those pants. Those are great. All right. Yes. Perfect. This is 30. That's 0, but this is resist frost. That has resist frost, so you're going to wear that again. And you can have your skirt on underneath. And you've got pants on under the skirt. And we'll just leave those there. And those are just, and you can have this one back. Okay, so she's got white fur boots. Very cute. Very cute. Okay. I'm trying to get a good picture of Dak for the Patreon I threw together on my lunch break this morning. There we go. All right. Now, what were we doing? Gaia Artoria says I should seek out the Nords who live on the northern coast of Solstheim. She said these Nords worship animals, specifically wolves. She believes that they may be responsible for Captain Carius's disappearance. She doesn't believe they'll tell me much as I'm an outsider, so she's given me a skull found in a Nora burial ground to give to the skull to better earn their trust. I'm to remain with them until I know more. Hey, look, I robbed a burial. Does not seem like the best way to get in with somebody. Who actually has the skull? You do not. Julian, do you have the skull? No. What about Geob? Skull? The Skaal skull? Yeah. Alright. There we go. Now let us be off. Oh, hey, we landed in soft snow. No smacking on the ground. Alright. We're, I guess, just gonna head north. Stopping every time we find something interesting. So I brought this up on the Morrowind modding Discord server, but I was writing, and I made a comment about a shirt being made out of wool, and then I was like, wait a minute, is there wool on Vardenfell? Like, are there any creatures on Vardenfell that provide fleece or hair? Because you have plenty of like the Guar, the Elit, the Kagudi, they all have hide. But almost nothing actually has hair. I will be so happy. So you can get... Yeah, we do not actually want the leather. Whee! Gotta love these random little caves. So that was just something to think about. Because I don't think there is anything that has hair or
Is there
fleece.
something you need?
There is no Morrowind equivalent to a goat, or at least not in Vardenfell. So the question comes, is there anything on the mainland, which we don't have Tamriel Rebuilt installed because by the time we actually get to the mainland, they will have probably done like 3 more releases and updates, and it's just a mess. So if we get through all of Blood Moon and all of Tribunal, and then we will look at possibly doing something with Tamriel Rebuilt. I really like the way those red glass pots look. They're very pretty. And I am about to sneeze, so excuse me. Okay, oh my goodness. I did not actually sneeze, but the sneeze is coming. I can feel it. Goros slice. I'm not sure what Goros is. And then salt rice bread. That looks like a loaf of bread. But I have no idea what that is. Or where it comes from. We do not need a Rickling lance. Or a Rickling shield. We do, however, need bread. Okay. Is there a gate? Release!
You will die.
Okay, this is just annoying. Come here, piggy, piggy, piggy. Look at me, I'm big and tasty.
Careful with that, friend.
And then we started talking about, what happens if the Imperials start importing animals. Ooh, mead. Quality restore health, we'll take it. We get beat on out here. Huntsman's short sword. Borogon. Jox put the stash in the Felge ice cave and Lucian has been notified. I got my cut and am headed back to the Somerset Isle. I'll see you there. One more thing. Do me a favor and forget your obsession with bristleback meat. Yeah, it probably tastes like pork, but it's not worth it. Those things are deadly and their creepy little riders are more vicious than they look. Interesting. Yeah, you. Corpse. Steel battle axe of precision. Not worth it. Yeah, that sucks. Ta-da! I am sober, thirsty, and warm. Well fed. thirsty. And the warm thing will resolve itself when we go outside. Okay, we've reached the coast. Now we just have to find the Skaal. And I have no idea why our global map is all jacked up like it is, so we're just going to ignore it. Let's see if we can ooch around this rock without getting our feet wet. Looks like we can. Yay! Anyways, so Imperial's bringing their domesticated animals to Vardenfell and how that's probably a bad idea. I think the goats would be okay, but that would be the sneeze. But like I can just imagine the pigs like breaking loose and disappearing into the ashlands, and then the next thing you know, you have them evolved in the presence of the blight, and it's like the boar that they're finding in the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Yeah. Alright. That was fun. Common ring. That's a squirrel. There's a building. I think we found the Skaal village. Woohoo! And it looks like it's a proper village. Wow. Okay. Let's go talk to this person. You are not of the Skull. Speak with Tharstan Heartfang in the Great Hall. He is our leader and will deal with you.
Well, this is a grand day. Greetings.
Okay. Why are there snowballs? I'm peckish. I already ate. That looks like it could be the Grand Hall. I think it's the tallest building and it's on a high point. Okay.
What do
If
you
you
want,
need a good
stranger?
laugh or a
Why are
tall
you
tale,
among the Skaal?
you've come to the right place.
What do you want, stranger? The Skull wish you no harm, but you will mind your manners while you are within our walls. We will make no exceptions. Now, what is this I hear about an attack on the Imperial fort? Those soldiers, pho, they cut their trees and dig their holes, and have little to show after a day's toil. They do not respect this land or its creators, and for that I find them offensive. But, though I have no love for them, the Skull would never do such a thing. We prefer to let the Imperials kill themselves slowly. But these creatures that attacked, these were not wolves of this island. Now, have you finished your business here? You say you've brought the bones of one of our ancestors? Stupid Imperials. They need to learn to leave things as they are. Still, it is good that you have returned this to the Skaal. Perhaps there is hope for you and your kind. You are welcome here for the moment, but there is much to atone for. The Imperials and their fort have brought nothing but harm to these lands. They cut the trees and dig the earth. They are wasteful, lazy, and careless. They have no comprehension of the oneness of the land. It is this oneness from which the Skaal derive our strength, and the Imperials have defiled these lands. Through their carelessness, the Imperials have upset the natural order, the oneness of the land. This is their true power. It must be balanced once again, and the Allmaker appeased. I wish for you to make things right, Dak. You will be the one to restore the power of the Skaal. It is right that you do this, as it is your people who have caused the damage. Speak with Korst Windeye in the shaman's hut. He will give you further instructions. He is our shaman. He should spend more time with steel and less with studies. Still, he can provide good advice. The oneness is what gives Skaal power. It is the balance of our lands, the trees and the waters, wolf and bear. The Imperials have no respect for this balance, and we pay the price. We are the Skaal. Berserkers are the barsarks, or bare-chested. The berserkers wear no clothing and have been driven mad by the cold and too much mead. They are not welcome here or anywhere else on Solstheim, for that matter. The name Carnius Magius is not known to me. Graal, I have heard them called that. We do not know what they really are. Perhaps an evil spirit, perhaps a great beast. Whatever they are dangerous. Their claws and tusks rend armor and tear flesh. They will attack alone or in packs. Take care when they are near. Horkers are another of the Allmaker's wondrous creations. These creatures provide a great deal for our people. They are strong swimmers and fierce fighters, on land and in the sea. Lake Falging is the largest on Solstheim. It is often used as a mating ground for the Horkers of the island. Wolves are fine creatures, but some can be diseased. Yeah, I think we figured that one out. The amount of times we've come down with yellow tick. And they become a danger to us all. Ricklings, cannot count the number of them I've bloodied my axe with. They are creatures hardly worth of a warrior's attention, mindless beasts. We have precious few services to offer. We're simple people, and we need but our weapons and our health. If your weapons are your problem, check with Sinbar the smith. If it's your health that concerns you, speak with Bronrod the roarer. Snow is a gift from the Allmaker. What? It allows the hunter to track his prey, and it can be tunneled into for shelter. Spriggans are the tree spirits of this island. When the Allmaker breathed life into the creatures of this land, his breath blew through the trees as well. Some of these trees kept a part of this life, and these are the Spriggans you see today. Thirsk is just to the east of Lake Falging. It's a mead hall that was built by a group of Skaal who split from our village over 100 years ago. They no longer follow our ways, but we have no quarrel with them. The tusked bristleback is a mystery to us. It is a natural being created by the Allmaker, but it is a cruel and vicious animal. The Ricklings use them as mounts and have bred the creatures to be even more warlike and dangerous. What is that? Horker meat. Okay. That really needs a new skin, not skin. Okay. So, This is our introduction to the Skaal. And pardon me for just another minute. Possibly I need to disconnect my computer, pull out this whole desk, and vacuum behind it because I start sneezing almost every time I sit down. But this desk is also freaking heavy. Okay.
This is a
Skaal
grand
Honor
day.
Guard.
Greetings. If you need a good laugh or a tall tale, you've come
Alright.
to the right place.
Ice Main's hut. Oh great, it's a blizzard. Erna the Quiet's house. I think we were given a job to assassinate her.
If you need a good laugh or a tall tale, you've come to the right place.
What is it you ask of this Skaal? We are the Skaal. Hartfang is our leader. You'll find him in the Great Hall. Okay, you have nothing to tell me that I don't already know. Lassner's house. Of course, it's frickin' blizzarding. I should probably put on our robe. Shaman's hut. Here we go. He's younger than I thought he would be. Greetings to you, wanderer. Why have you come to our village? I can tell you no more about the attack on the Imperial fort. If there is information, Hart Fang will have it. I'm sorry I can do no more. Bears are but one of the sacred creatures the Allmaker has blessed us with. They embody the warrior's strength, and some of the Skaal can even summon them to fight by their sides. We are the Skaal. He doesn't know about the captain. He knows of the place. Okay, he's given us all of the... I am Korst Windeye. How can I help you? There is a careful balance that lies in all things of this world, the animals, the trees, even the rocks and the winds. It is a harmony that the Skaal draw power from, by the grace of the All-Mother, of the All-Maker, he who gave us these gifts. When this balance is upset, our power is lessened. And am I on fire? Is that what's going on here?
Greetings to you,
I guess I
wanderer.
was.
Why have you returned to our village?
Hartfang wishes for you to do this, does he? Then I will assist you. There is a ritual that must be completed. On Solstheim you will find 6 standing stones, each representing one of the gifts of the Allmaker. At each of these stones a ritual must be completed. Once the ritual of the gifts is complete, the oneness should be restored. It would be too much for any not of the Skaal to remember. Here, take this. It will explain the rituals and guide you on your way. This book may be of some use to you as well. If you remain with the Skaal, if you are to remain with the Skaal, you should understand our beliefs. All right, what did he give us? We have so much junk. We need a scroll case. Sit quietly, child, and listen, for the story I tell you is a story of the ages. But what is it, grandfather? Is it a story of heroes and beasts? The grandfather looked patiently at the child. He was growing into a fine boy. Soon he would see the value in the stories, the lessons that were taught to each generation. Just listen, child. Let the story take root in your heart. In a time before now, long before now, when the Skaal were new, there was peace in the land. The sun was hot and the crops grew long, and the people were happy in the peace that the All-Maker provided. But the Skaal grew complacent and lazy, and they took for granted the lands and all the gifts the All-Maker had given them. They forgot, or chose not to remember, that the adversary is always watching, and that he delights in tormenting the All-Maker and his chosen people. And so it was that the adversary came to be among the Skaal. The adversary has many aspects. He appears in the unholy beasts and in the incurable plague. At the end of seasons we will know him as Thartog, the world devourer. But in these ages he came to be known as the Greedy Man. The Greedy Man, that is what we will call him, for to speak his name would certainly bring ruin on the people. Lived among the Skaal for many months. Perhaps he was once just a man, but when the adversary entered him he became the Greedy Man, and that is how he is remembered. It came to be one day that the powers of the Skaal left them. The strength left the arms of the warriors, and the shaman could no longer summon the beasts to their sides. The elders thought that surely the All-Maker was displeased, and some suggested that the All-Maker had left them forever. It was then that the Greedy Man appeared to them and spoke. You of the Skaal have grown fat and lazy. I have stolen the gifts of your All-Maker. I have stolen the oceans, so you will forever know thirst. I have stolen the lands, and the trees and the sun, so your crops will wither and die. I have stolen the beasts, so you will go hungry. And I have stolen the winds, so you will live without the spirit of the All-Maker. And until one of you can reclaim these gifts, the Skaal will live in misery and despair. For I am the Greedy Man, and that is my nature. And the Greedy Man disappeared. The members of the Skaal spoke for many days and nights. They knew that one of them must retrieve the gifts of the All-Maker, but they could not decide who it should be. I cannot go, said the elder, for I must stay to lead the Skaal and tell our people what is the law. I cannot go, said the warrior, for I must protect the Skaal. My sword will be needed in case the Greedy Man reappears. I cannot go, said the shaman, for the people need my wisdom. I must read the portents and offer my knowledge. It was then that a young man called Erevar lifted his voice. He was strong of arm and fleet of foot, though he was not yet a warrior of the Skaal. I will go, said Erevar, and the Skaal laughed. Hear me out, the boy continued. I am not yet a warrior, so my sword will not be needed. I cannot read the portents, so the people will not seek my counsel. And I am young, and not yet wise in the ways of the law. I will retrieve the gifts of the All-Maker from the Greedy Man. If I cannot, I will not be missed. The Skaal thought on this briefly and decided to let Erevar go. He left the village the next morning to retrieve the gifts. Erevar set out first to retrieve the gift of water, so he traveled to the water stone. It was there the All-Maker first spoke to him. Travel west to the sea and follow the swimmer to the waters of life. So Erevar walked to the edge of the ocean, and there was the swimmer, a black horker sent from the All-Maker. The swimmer dove into the waters and swam very far, and far again. Erevar was strong, though, and he swam hard. He followed the swimmer to a cave, swimming deeper and deeper, his lungs burning and his limbs exhausted. At last he found a pocket of air, and there, in the dark, he found the waters of life. Gathering his strength, he took the waters and swam back to the shore. Upon returning to the water stone, the All-Maker spoke. You have returned the gift of water to the Skaal. The oceans will again bear fruit, and their thirst will be quenched. Erevar then traveled to the Earth Stone, and there the All-Maker spoke to him again. Enter the cave of hidden music and hear the song of the earth. So Erevar traveled north and east to the cave of the hidden music. He found himself in a large cavern where the rocks hung from the ceiling and grew from the ground itself. He listened there and heard the song of the earth, but it was faint. Grabbing his mace, he struck the rocks of the floor in time with the song, and the song grew louder, until it filled the cavern and his heart. Then he returned to the Earth Stone. The gift of the earth is with the Skaal again, said the All-Maker. The lands are rich again and will bear life. Erevar was tired, as the sun burned him, the trees offered no shade, and there was no wind to cool him. Still, he traveled on to the Beast Rock, and the All-Maker spoke, Find the good beast and ease his suffering. Erevar traveled through the woods of Isenfier for many hours until he heard the cries of a bear from over a hill. As he crested a hill he saw the bear, a falmer's arrow piercing its neck. He checked the woods for the Falmer, for that is what they were, though some say they are not. And finding none, approaching the beast, he spoke soothing words and came upon it slowly, saying, "Good beast, I mean you no harm. The Allmaker has sent me to ease your suffering." Hearing these words, the bear ceased his struggles and laid his head at Erevar's feet. Erevar grasped the arrow and pulled it from the beast's neck. Using the little nature magic he knew, he tended the wound, though it took the last bit of his strength. As the bear's wound closed, Erevar slept. When he awoke, the bear stood over him, and the remains of a number of the Falmer were strewn about. He knew that the good beast had protected him during the night. He traveled back to Beast Rock, the bear by his side, and the Allmaker spoke to him again. "You have returned the gift of the beasts. Once again, the good beasts will feed the Skaal when they are hungry, clothe them when they are cold, and protect them in times of need." Erevar's strength had returned, so he traveled on to the tree stone, though the good beast did not follow him. When he arrived, the Allfather spoke to him. "Again, I apologize. The first trees are gone and must be replanted. Find the seed and plant the first tree." Erevar traveled again through the Herstang forest, searching for the seeds of the first tree, but he could find none. Then he spoke to the tree spirits, the living trees. They told him that the seeds had been stolen by one of the Falmer, for they are the servants of the adversary, and this Falmer was hiding them deep in the forest, so none would ever find them. Erevar traveled to the deepest part of the forest, and there he found the evil Falmer, surrounded by the lesser tree spirits. Avar could see the spirits were in his thrall, that he had used magic of the seeds and spoken their secret name. Erevar knew he could not stand against such a force, and that he must retrieve the seeds in secret. He reached into his pouch and drew out his flint. Gathering leaves, he started a small fire outside the clearing where the Falmer and the ensorcelled spirits milled. All the Skaal know the spirits' hatred of fires, for the fires ravage the trees they serve. At once the nature of the spirits took hold, and they rushed to quell the flames. During the commotion, Erevar snuck behind the Falmer and snatched the pouch of seeds, stealing away before the evil being knew they were gone. When Erevar returned to the tree stone, he planted the tree in the ground, and the Allmaker spoke to him. "The gift of the trees is restored. Once again the trees and plants will bloom and grow, and provide nourishment and shade." Erevar was tired, for the sun would only burn, and the winds would not yet cool him, but he rested briefly in the shade of the trees. His legs were weary and his eyes were heavy, but he continued on, traveling to the sunstone. Again the Allmaker spoke. "The gentle warmth of the sun is stolen, so now it only burns. Free the sun from the halls of penumbra." So Erevar walked west, over the frozen lands, until he reached the halls of penumbra. The air inside was thick and heavy, and he could see no farther than the end of his arm. Still, he felt his way along the walls, though he heard the shuffling of feet, and knew that this place held the unholy beasts who would tear his flesh and eat his bones. For hours he crept along, until he saw a faint glow at the end of the hall. There, from behind a sheet of perfect ice, came a glow so bright he had to shut his eyes, lest they be forever blinded. He plucked the flaming eye from one of the unholy beasts and threw it at the ice with all his might. A small crack appeared in the ice, and then grew larger. Slowly the light crept out between the cracks, widening them, splitting the ice wall into pieces. With a deafening crack, the wall crumbled and the light rushed over of Erevar and through the halls. He heard the shrieks of the unholy beasts as they were blinded and burned. He ran out of the halls, following the light, and collapsed on the ground outside. When he was able to rise again, the sun again warmed him, and he was glad for that. He traveled back to the Sunstone, where the Allmaker spoke to him. "The gift of the sun is the skulls once again. It will warm them and give them light." Erevar had one final gift he had to recover, the gift of the winds. So he traveled to the Windstone, far on the western coast of the island. When he arrived, the Allmaker spoke to him, giving him his final task. Find the greedy man and release the wind from its captivity. So Erevar wandered the land in search of the greedy man. He looked in the trees, but the greedy man did not hide there, nor did he hide near the oceans or the deep caves, and the beasts had not seen him in the dark forests. Finally Erevar came to a crooked house, and he knew that here he would find the greedy man. "Who are you," shouted the greedy man, "that you would come to my house?" "I am Erevar of the Skull," said Erevar. "I am not a warrior, shaman, or elder. If I do not return, I will not be missed. But I have returned the oceans and the earth, the trees, the beasts, and the sun, and I will return the winds to my people, that we may feel the spirit of the All-Maker in our souls again." And with that he grabbed up the greedy man's bag and tore it open. The winds rushed out with gale force, sweeping the greedy man up and carrying him off far from the island. Erevar breathed in the winds and was glad. He walked back to the Windstone, where the All-Maker spoke to him a final time. "You have done well, Erevar. You, the least of the Skull, have returned my gifts to them. The greedy man is gone for now, and should not trouble your people again in your lifetime. Your All-Maker is pleased. Go now and live according to your nature." And Erevar started back to the Skull village. "And then what happened, grandfather?" "What do you mean, child? He went home." "No, when he returned to the village," the child continued, "was he made a warrior, or taught the ways of a shaman? Did he lead the Skull in battle?" "I do not know. That is where the story ends," said the grandfather. "But that is not an ending. That is not how stories end." The old man laughed and got up from his chair. "Is it not?" All right, hold on. If you I was picturing the grandfather and the little boy from the Never-Ending Story there. Just FYI. I thought he gave us something else, but I'm not seeing it. Alright, so that is what we're gonna need to do. Lovely. 5 far stars. Huh? What is that? He has a bear statue. And it is miserably cold out here. Alright. So that's fun. Oh. Dax, like, can we get the whole murder we were hired to do over now? And she was like, "Are you sure you want to do this? We just got to this village, and we've got work to do for them, and you're already talking about killing someone." She's not even here. "Dearest Brander, I decided to take a walk on the banks of the Isil. The river is so beautiful this time of year, don't you think? Come find me and we shall talk about our future and freedom from your shrew of a wife. Your love, Erna." Okay. Shrew of a wife. Well, I mean, if the shoe fits. Much warmer clothes. 20 and 40. So this is actually warmer. My shirt, I think, is just a regular, yeah, warmth 15. 15, 15. But this one looks cooler. um, dried belladonna. Okay. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's just get you a robe. Shock Eater robe. There we go. I wouldn't say you look like a proper Skaal, but you do look plenty warm. Alright. So she's gone for a little walk in the blizzard. Let's see if we can find some of these services people mention. And that's not registering with Ashfall. Lovely.
Care to talk? You're a welcome break from the locals.
Okay, Tallowhand was not the name of the smith, so we must need to go inside. Snedbeer the smith. Okay. What I would ask of you is to see your wares, which I'm not actually carrying much. Boys, who's got what?
Are you sure this is the way?
No, but Winterwound dagger. Yeah, we will sell these if we can. The ancient Nordic shield. Julian. Right. Let's sell this one. If we could get you... Oh, you have both pauldrons. And then, are you carrying anything, Sosha? You're carrying a bunch of stuff, but... Yes, buy things from me, please. Oh, yay, you have hammers and stuff. Look, I don't know what they're called as long as I can use them, because we need to make some serious repairs. Okay. And he has quite a bit of gold, too. Not quite that much. What are these? Light steel boots. Eh. Glass die katana. Ooh, that's pretty. Resin staff of incineration. You have probably the most random collection of stuff. That's cute. Alright. Thank you, come
What
again.
can this smith do for you? Armor? Weapons? Some conversation?
He sounds kind of creepy with the conversation thing. You need this fixed. And this. This. Basically everything needs fixed at this point, I think. His bug gauntlet was about to break. No, not the probe. There we go. We need to find the glass right bracer. Alright. Julian, sorry. What weapons work best on fur? It makes it hard to see what damage I'm doing. Just keep swinging, my boy. Just keep swinging. He hasn't taken a lot of hits. At least not recently. Yeah, that's what I figured. We would use that entire mallet just on his sword. Okay. Which is a Daedric Daikatana. So the glass may be prettier, but you're not going to get stronger than what he's got. Alright, Sosha, I don't think you carry much. Oh, she's been hitting things with that staff. We need to get her a hat or a hood. Blade of the Black Eagle. Cloud Cleaver, that's her special axe. Yeah, that needs fixed. That's it. And as far as armor and weapons. She comes in swinging the staff, then you know you're in trouble. Let's see. Who are you? Vigdis Seven Swords. She's a Nord warrior. If you were... she's got very generic... very generic topics, like not even normal skull topics. Alright, we have... I guess we need to go up that way because... Is he paralyzing his sister? So we are still looking for the potion guy, I think. Healer. Bronrod, the Roarer's house. Here we go. What spells do you have? Yeah, I'm not seeing much that I want. Okay. Potion. Who has potions? You do not have very much money, though. No, actually, I'd like to keep the potion of invisibility. most of the damage done to Dax's personality is done by herself. Just, we need as much of that as we can. Alright, now what did you have to sell? Grass pod. Interesting. Antler moth wing. Amber winged butterfly. Oh, we need restore magicka. We don't have any of that. Fire jade, emerald, peridot. I'm sure we have peridot somewhere. That's a mushroom, but it doesn't look like anything. Sweet roll, butterfly wing. Spikeworm, carapace. Oh. Sapphire. That actually looks like a mushroom. Alright. Vicar herb. Interesting, I never heard of that. Tarragettas? It's belladonna.
Hello.
Dried parasine. Dried asper tea leaves. Interesting. Now, who lives here? Ingmar. Is there an Ingmar that we needed to talk to? I don't remember.
Do I care?
Ingmar, Ingmar, Ingmar. Okay. Yeah, I don't see an Ingmar. I don't know why I thought that name sounded familiar. The Skaal are not a people with a great deal of goods. Riverwatch boots. I'm very hot because it's very cold out here. Alright, we have to go find a bunch of standing stones. Now, we found one already. Of course, that does absolutely no good. By the cave of the guy who's been looking for their Valhalla. I wonder why they have a pen. What did they keep penned?
If you need a good
I suppose we should do the thing and stick our
my son, my poor
faces,
son,
stick our heads in every
please,
house.
please help a sad old man.
Timval, is that you, son? Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive the ramblings brought on by an old man's anguish. My son Timval was getting water and fell into our well. I am so lonely without him. Ever since his mother passed, Timval has been my only companion. The pool beneath the well leads to a series of ice caves known as Rimhall, so my boy may still be alive, but I am too frail. I'm looking at the man's pecs. I am too frail to search the caves, and everyone else in the village is convinced Timval is already dead. I must know if he still lives. Please, Nord, will you enter Rimhall and learn the fate of my son? Sure. You will help me? Oh, thank you, Nord. Since my son fell into our well, I have kept it locked to avoid any more unfortunate accidents. Here is the key. The well is out back. The waters of the well lead to Rimhall, but there is said to be another, more direct entrance to the ice cave somewhere outside the village. I do not know where such an entrance may be, though it is probably hidden somewhere nearby. Now hurry! Return when you have news of my son. He is frail. Okay, dude. Pretty sure you're more muscular than we are. Well out back. Well, that's a watchtower. Might be a well. With a hatch in the center, so... I don't want to know if I just misspelled that, because I did. Ah, jeez. Okay, anyone else struggling to breathe water? I'm carrying a bunch of water breathing potions, but I'd rather not use them if I don't have to. Hey, look, a skeleton. We are absolutely ridiculously hot. Why?
Careful with that, friend.
Okay. This is just an odd setup. That's a lot of potions. Take the rising force. Water breathing. War axe of wounds, that's not great. Journeyman's armor's hammer. War milk. Cheap restore health. Well, that's exciting. Okay. More undead. Skeleton Berserker.
Die, Fetcher. Careful with that, friend.
told you sooner. To the death.
Why is she injured?
Careful with that, friend.
Why are you so injured? I'm assuming that's Timval who's walking around. The very fancy robe he has on. One of these skeletons must have magical something or other. Or not. Hey, you! Quit walking around.
The forces of darkness are mine to command. All shall bow before the terrible power of Timval the Dark.
Intruder, who dares venture so deeply into the halls of Rimhole? The mantle of woe is mine, do you hear? I have claimed the robe and its power. Behold the vestments I now wear. When I read the old stories, I had to learn the truth. Could it be that an item as of such grand magica lies so close at hand, in the caves beneath my very village? I could contain my eagerness no longer and jumped into the well. I braved Rimhall's dangers, and at last my efforts were rewarded. Soon the dead shall walk, and Timval the Dark shall lead them. I've been sent by your father. Take off the robe and end this madness. My father? My father? Could it be that he still holds me dear to his heart? I only wanted to study magic, free from the laws of the Skaal. Necromancy was quick and easy. The power it offers is so overwhelming. Here, take the mantle of woe, destroy it. I have brought shame to my father. I will leave Solstheim. I will find a place to study magica. True magica. Tell my father his love has saved me. I will return to him some day when I can truly make him proud. What the heck? Mantle of Woe. Drain personality, 100 points on self. This is constant effect, by the way. Weakness to normal weapons, minus 20% on self. Fortify maximum magicka, 5 times intelligence on self. Sun damage, 20 points on self. Fortify conjuration, 50 points on self. Okay, that was interesting. And now we have another naked Nord. Okay. We have a powerful artifact. I am tired. Well, can I sleep here? I am warm, I am rested, and I am thirsty. And hey, look, there's a moose. I didn't actually need you to warm me up. I'm assuming this is a berserker. If someone could paralyze him, that would be great. That works too. Nordic Guard left gauntlet. Okay. Geob. This one. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can start finding those stones. I thought he gave us like a map. Bloody note, shopping list, custom armor prices, the deed to the mines, stock certificate, locations of the stones. Okay. It would be nice if we had more reference points. Like, where's the Skaal village? Where's Thirsk? The lake? Alright. I guess we just walk to the western coast and go from there. There's a house over there. Hmm. He's a fish. Alright. Do we know about this cave? Yes, that's Lej. Moose. Moose. Have we gone across the water? Need. I need to find Sosha something with a hood. What are we trying to kill? Let's put our water walking amulet on. Oh. Okay.
Soon you'll be reduced to dust. Run while you can!
Sosha, please do not get killed by this. You're the one that aggroed it from like halfway down the river. Up there or over here? Let's go over here. Or we could also follow the river down to wherever. No. I'm really like trying to. I'm really getting turned around in my head about this, so let's go up here and back into the mountains. Altar of Thrond. This could go very poorly. Though clearly I've been here. I should probably keep an eye on my health. That would be good. not doing well. Shit. Ah. I need to not get drawn out by the archers. This may be a poor choice on my part. Today is Friday. I'm so happy I don't have to go to work until Sunday night. Okay, we've clearly hit these people before. Greater Fireball. Okay, forget that noise.
You in.
Where you stand.
Come on, fight!
Careful with that, friend.
Not long now. My victory is at hand. Run while you can!
Your wounds are great. Careful with that, friend.
I have you.
You in.
Reaver. This must be a popular place for them. Troll's Vigor. Okay. Common Pants. Yes. Pauldron Steel. Where's the last one? Oh, here he is. Belt of Wisdom. Sparkbolt Ring. Okay, let's get y'all fixed up because they did a number on you. I can see a Rickling Rider in the background. It's like, "Urgh." Don't believe you have a belt, so take this one to fortify intelligence. Jim, let's
Well, I
top you
find
off.
myself in pleasant company. Please share your thoughts.
You. There we go. Alright. So we've been here before. Clearly, because there's a pile of armor. I was just checking which save we should use. Let's go out this door of the cave. Oh, we found the airship.